Raven, come on! Why can't you just have fun like normal people? Why are you always locked in your dark room reading your nasty old books? Why do you have to be so creepy?
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie here, back with you for another video. And for today's video, we're gonna continue on this little Teen Titans series I got going on, so please make sure to check it out if you haven't already. So we have already done the Beast Boy video and the Starfire video, and today's video is gonna be about our girl Raven. So before we get into it, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like this type of content, and make sure to hit that bell if you want to see more of these videos. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Now, if you've been watching this content for a while, you already know the type of love I have for the Teen Titans. Like, I grew up watching this show as a kid, and I love each of the Titans because I think the writers did a really good job with this show with giving each of the characters their own trials and tribulations that they would have to deal with. They really made them all feel unique and feel personal when they had their episodes that was specialized for them. But out of all of the Titans, even Robin, who's my favorite, I feel like the writers really got the characterization of Raven the best. Even though all of the Titans for the most part have different personalities, Raven, you could say, by far has the most unique personality out of all of them. Raven's backstory, I believe, is probably one of the most tragic. So to give you a quick summary for those who don't know, Raven is a half-demon, half-human child, the daughter of Triga, who's essentially Satan. Now, Raven's powers are governed by her emotions. The more emotions or the more she feels, the stronger her powers become. And if Raven's powers ever grow out of control, she could essentially be used by Trigon to be a portal to the Earth so that he could take over the world. So Raven has a constant fear of her emotions and her powers, because if she doesn't always keep them in check, she might lose control, and then that leads to the end of the world. So because of this, she doesn't really get a lot of opportunity to make a lot of human connections. So Raven is often seen more as the loner, more standoffish from the rest of the Titans. So now that we understand this little backstory with Raven's past, now we can get into the episode. So this episode is called Spellbound, and it starts off with Raven reading a really good book. And I just gotta say, I really love the choice that the writers took for this, because Raven's reading essentially is what a fantasy book is, and I like the route they take with that, because oftentimes people who are loners might read fantasy books. We know those people in school who might have been sitting in the corner reading a Harry Potter book or a Lord of the Rings book. And shit, honestly, even for people like us, when I was growing up, watching anime and cartoons was not cool. It wasn't something that you would just go to school and start bragging about. So honestly, what I used anime and cartoons personally was a sort of escapism. It's a way of turning off your brain and just having fun for a few minutes out of the day. But just like your mom coming in the living room to vacuum during Saturday morning cartoons, Raven gets interrupted. Now the Titans have to go to the park to go beat some random bad guy of the week, and he's kind of giving them a little bit of trouble, but Raven steps through and makes quick work of him. The Titans are all cheering and laughing because it's a good victory, but Raven just runs back to the car asking if they can go home now. And once they get back to the tower, she just runs back into her room to go right back to her escapism. Now, I really like the next scene because I think there are some important things that happen. When Raven goes back to her room, each member of the Titans goes to Raven because they feel or sense that something may be wrong with her just wanting to be in her room all day. Robin, Starfire, and then Beast Boy and Cyborg all go to Raven asking if she's okay. Now, Raven, for the most part, just shoos them away, saying that she's fine and that she wants to be alone. And I don't think there's really anything wrong with that. I think it's okay to be alone sometimes. But what this scene shows us is that there are people who care. There are people who want to make sure that you're okay. And sometimes when we want to be alone, we may not really understand how we're coming off to others. So after After about the third time Raven gets interrupted from her book, Beast Boy and Cyborg are asking Raven if she wants to come have fun with them.
What?
We're here tonight with an exclusive offer.
A once-in-a-lifetime chance to get in on America's fastest-growing sports sensation, Stank Ball! Woo!
Want to be referee?
Go away.
But please?
Everybody loves a good game of Stank Ball.
And because of the way she comes off, Beast Boy gives us this scene right here.
Oh, Raven, come on! Why can't you just have fun like normal people? Why are you always locked in your dark room reading your nasty old books? Why do you have to be so creepy?
Forget it, B. Leave her alone.
And you can see that those words actually hurt her. The things that Beast Boy said, whether he meant to or not, hurt Raven's feelings. Raven doesn't feel like she's creepy, she just feels like she's different and wishes that someone was around who understood that. And that's when we get introduced to the mysterious man inside of her book, Malachor. So this book that Raven was reading, we find out was actually real, and the wizard that was fighting the dragon inside of the book was actually imprisoned within the book. So once Raven realizes this, they just start talking. He talks to Raven, makes her feel understood, makes her laugh, and Raven finally feels like she's met someone who finally understands her. He compliments her, calls her pretty, and makes her feel special. So when Malachor insinuates that he wishes that he could be free from the prison of the book, Raven jumps at the chance to try and help him. Malachor teaches her all the things he knows. He teaches her about the spells and incantations. He tries to help her learn and grow so that she could become powerful enough to free him from his prison. So after days of spending her free time with Malachor, she finally leaves her room to the surprise of the rest of the Titans, and she seems like a brand new person. Raven's dressed in white, she's smiling and humming. To everyone else, it seems like a fantastic thing. But things start to change when the Titans go to their next battle. The Titans go back to a home where they find the exact same creature that they fought in the earlier episode. Now Raven goes to take care of him again, just like she did before, but now she starts to lose control of her powers. She's even potentially hurting the innocent girl inside of this monster, and Beast Boy has to knock her out of it, literally just for her to snap out of the control.
Raven, stop! I can't! What is wrong with you?
Once Raven comes back to her senses, she rushes back to the Titan's tower to confront Malachor. She goes off on him because she realizes that he was teaching her dark magic, dangerous, uncontrollable, and forbidden magic. And right after she confronts him, he starts to manipulate her. He tells her that the magic isn't dark, it's misunderstood, just like her. He gaslights her into saying that if she's not able to do this, then he'll never be free, and she'll go back to being alone.
True, the spells I've taught you are very powerful. There are those who fear power, so they call it dark. But for people like us, such distinctions do not exist. Without these spells, we can never truly be together. Enchanted pages or no, I'm still trapped within this book, and you're still alone. Is that what you want, Raven? To be alone?
No.
My sweet Raven, it's time.
At this moment, you realize what he's doing. He doesn't care about Raven. He's just using her. And because of Raven's loneliness, because of her fear of being by herself, she knows that it's wrong, but she still does it anyways. So even against her better judgment, she uses the magic and the training that she's gotten with Malachor and sets him free from his prison. Once he's free from his prison, we realize the truth. We realize that Malachor wasn't the wizard. It it was the dragon. He was manipulating Raven the entire time, making her think he was the good guy. And when Raven finds out, she's heartbroken. The one person in the entire world she thought who understood her, she realizes that he was just using her for his own purposes. And you can't help but feel bad for Raven. Raven reminds me of a lost child who's really just looking for acceptance and love. The idea of being alone or feeling like no one understands you is how a lot of people, and sometimes especially young women, get mixed into the wrong crowds, whether it be people, cults, groups, or just a really dangerous person online. Fortunately for the rest of the team, our girl doesn't wallow in her sadness for too long. She goes back to confront Malachor and finds the strength to be able to imprison him right back into the book where he came from. But still, you can't help but feel the sense of sadness in the air. Once Raven finally puts the book away, we get the best scene between her and Beast Boy.
Raven? It's me. Look, I'm sorry.
For what? You're not the one who...
No, I'm sorry that he broke your heart.
I know it was all a lie, but he was the only person who ever made me feel like I wasn't creepy. And don't try to tell me I'm not.
Okay, fine. You're way creepy. But that doesn't mean you have to stay locked in your room. You think you're alone, Raven, but you're not.
I just gotta say, I really love the scenes when Raven and Beast Boy are together. These two have some of the best dynamics within the Titans group. I really love how they can joke on each other, but also be there for each other during the serious moments. Beast Boy's words really touched her, and I think they're touching for a lot of people because yes, Raven is different, and yes, Raven is a loner. But just because you're different doesn't mean you can't be understood. And just because you're a loner does not mean you're alone. I think a lot of times people feel like they're misunderstood. They feel like the world's against them and they'll never find a place where they truly belong. And I think it's on each of us to reach out to our friends and family and the people that we love just to let them know that we're there and we're here to listen if they ever want to talk. And this is how you make people feel like they're not alone in the world. So let me know what you guys think. I really love this episode of the Titans, and I really love when the Teen Titans would have their very specific character-focused episodes because it really highlights a lot of the more relatable humanistic traits between them and us. So let me know what you think of this episode. Comment below and let me know what your favorite episode of the Teen Titans was. But with that, I got nothing left for this video. So, peace!